Let's open it to the audience. And, anyone have any questions for these guys?
I'm interested in, since you had such distinct ideas for your lead, did you, as a fan of character actors, I was wondering if you had distinct ideas for the supporting roles as far as actors' names in your head when you went into the casting process, or did you find a lot of surprises during the casting process?
I mean, I wanted Billy, and I really wanted Gregory, and I wanted the two of them. And I wanted Darlanne. That's because I had seen her film, and I thought she was wonderful. I didn't know Joey Pants. I didn't know. I saw Scarface. So I saw Stephen. I didn't know Johnny Grice. We both love baseball. Fucking Red Sox lost. It just broke my heart. Just before I came in, I checked. They lost, rotten bastards. But that's what casting's about. You know, again, I start with photographs. I just look at photographs, and I ask a casting director, just give me photographs. I don't care if the guy's 70 or if it's a 12-year-old girl. I'm open to anything. And you just look for the most interesting faces, and then you look at their work. Yeah, I don't think you can have too many. I think preconceptions are bad, you know, especially if they're mine.
Another question, way in the back.
Good evening, folks. And Darlanne, I want to thank you, congratulate you, however belatedly, on the 30th anniversary of Battle Beyond the Stars.
Oh, yes.
I saw that in a double.
There we go.
I saw that in a double feature with Flash Gordon. It seems like 30 years ago when it came in theaters. It seems like yesterday still. And I'd like to ask both of you. And first of all, Mr. Hyams,
Hyams.
I think
It's okay.
you're very cheated by not getting to do an episode of Walker, Texas Ranger, especially after they ripped off your movie The Star Chamber in the first season. And anyway, my question is, what's it like doing an audio commentary on a DVD, and how many of them have each of you done? Which are they?
You normally do stand-up? I just want to know.
Oh, neither of you.
I've done it. I've been kind of forced to do it. I guess in 5, 6 films. It's very difficult for me because I have no idea what to say. So I go, I remember that day. It was really cold. You know, wonderfully insightful things. You know,
See that?
you do it because they ask you to do it. What about you?
Yeah, you know, when somebody goes out and says that, you know, oh, I don't know if I can do this or that, just give yourself a little bit of time, you know, because you can come up with other things to, you know, to kind of work into it. Sometimes you're working with a guy and then he's like, I don't think this is so great. But anyway, all of a sudden it becomes great. You know, it's just something that you can create in your own work and just try it, you know, just put it out there, you know, and that really works. Because every time I've gotten jobs that way, it's like brilliant. It's great. So don't be afraid, you know, because a lot of people get a little bit scared and, you know, oh, I don't know if I'm good enough or whatever. You don't have to do that. You can think about it. Here's how I'm going to go. This is where I'm going to start. So
I'm stark raving terrified every single day of shooting. I mean terrified, because I have no idea if I'm going to get caught, if they're going to find out I really don't know anything. I always, at the end of the day, it's like, whew, God, the cops aren't outside. I got away with another day. I've never had a confident day in my life around a movie. Ooh, no.
Another question?
Is there ever talk of a sequel?
Yeah, they wanted, they very much wanted to do one. They wanted the two guys in England, and you know, Billy would call me and go, "You don't want to do this, do you?" I go, "No, I don't want to do it." I've never wanted to do the same film and with different outfits. It just doesn't interest me. And the reason for Running Scared having the cast that it has is because everybody was doing cop movies. And I went, how do you do a cop movie that's different? And to me, it's who inhabits it that makes it different.
Another question?
Yeah, this is a question for both of you. What inspired both of you to get into filming? I mean, was there like a certain movie?
Me?
Yeah, for both of you.
I'm third generation involved in the arts. My grandfather was involved in music and ballet. My father worked in Broadway for 30 years. And I went to art school from the time I was 7.5. I was never going to be a civilian. I knew that. And I found, to me, the greatest amalgam of both the written word and the image was film. So it's just something, I just couldn't think of anything else that brought all those things together. But if there was a film that hit me when I was young and said there's nothing else in the world to do, it was Lawrence of Arabia. It was that moment, and I see it every year. I mean, I'm kind of like a evangelical nut. The way a Catholic would feel when he went to St. Peter's, that's the way I feel when I see Lawrence. And so I run it, I see it every year. And that moment where he blows on the match, and that cut to the desert, it's magic. Madam Fluegel?
Well, I think that I kind of like to talk to people about their ideas and maybe a little bit of thought or whatever. But I always felt that I was never afraid. Just don't be afraid. You know, because a lot of people say, well, you know, I don't know if you're good enough for this and that. You don't have to think that way. You can think in your own way and create your own thing. And that's how I got all my jobs. I mean, I was all the time thinking about it and how I want to work it and all of that kind of things. So I think that's really important. Don't make yourself belittle. Just, you know, start looking and thinking about it. And if you have a script, you could even just look through that for yourself and create that. If you know what I mean, you know. You can change it, you can do this, whatever you need to do. But I just find that when you get into it a little bit, you start getting excited. You get really excited, you know, like what, and you just kind of see what happens. Start working it, you know, and not just go, oh, I don't know if I can do it. You can. So that's really a very important thing.